Hello there everyone, this is Mark3 and welcome to a little bit more space time. A little bit something that I've been watching for a while now. I tried the demo a few years back, but I don't think I ever actually wound up doing anything with it as far as the channel is concerned. Welcome to the Last Starship, the current project from the guys behind Prison Architect, which is also kind of why I started thinking about this one at the moment, because I was thinking about playing that one again a bit as well. Just like, make a prison, try and keep control, and then watch it spiral into chaos. Constant intake is a bit of a problem in that one for me. But yes, recently I've just been focused on paperwork and writing things. It's consumed a lot of brain time, so I figured since I've managed to crack that for the time being at least, I'd treat myself, spotted this was on a decent sale, and so I picked it up. So, The Last Starship. I do love my space games, I really do. So, a new game here, we're going into Boldly Go. It's been quite a while since I played this, apart from recording attempts at the moment. So, I'm not super familiar with what's in here at the moment, but full disclosure, I did try to play, it didn't capture properly, and so I've had a couple of hours trying to play Boulder Go and then had to restart for this one. So we're going to begin. Forge your own path through the story-driven episodes all around the sector. Take part in the construction of a galactic mega project. Here we go. In the 23rd century, humanity has colonized the stars. Millions now thrive on distant worlds, living hundreds of light years from Earth. As space becomes the new frontier, an era of unprecedented exploration and expansion unfolds. Powerful corporations dominate entire regions, but beyond their reach lies uncharted territory, filled with untold mysteries and boundless opportunities. The CEO of Interstellar Mining Corporation has issued a daring challenge: build a stargate powerful enough to reach our nearest galaxy. With trillions of funding up for grabs, the stage is set for fearless adventurers to forge their own path in the cosmos. Will you rise to the challenge and start your own course among the stars? Maybe. I would want to turn around and go home, to be honest. I don't tend to travel very well, but yeah. Okay, so the demo, when I was last playing that one, is entirely about the whole Last Starship where you're running from some kind of galactic phenomena which is gradually wiping out everything in your wake. And the only way you can stay alive in the demo at the time was just like stay ahead of it. But for now, we are in the shuttle, we are coming up to our starting ship, and we are just parked in dock at a shipyard because it's freshly built. And we're going to do a brief tutorial on how to operate, because this is our new home. We've got 5 crew, got some starting supplies. Yes, welcome to new home. This vessel is fresh off the shipyard production line. It's an empty hull right now, without power or a breathable atmosphere. Our first job is to fix that. Continue. Continue. Oh, it was right over. Yeah, this is early access, in case you didn't notice from the alpha thing on the main menu. So there are some things, like I was clicking on the engine, I think there. Was to move around, Q and E to zoom, or drag with middle mouse. Install the reactor, generator to power the ship. We've got individual parts currently sitting in our storage, and we click on install, and then we select them through here, and we want to get our reactor, which is just there. I seem to be having trouble clicking around this kind of area. Don't know why, but I do like one of the touches about this though is it tells you to place things. It doesn't. You don't have to place it where it suggests it. You can actually put them wherever you want. So I'm actually going to adjust this slightly. I'm going to install the reactor over here. Someone goes and does it. Also, fun thing to note, by the way, they do spotlights of like ships that have been produced on the workshop, and ones that are voted have the option to come into the game, I believe. And so we get not just stuff made by the developers, we all get stuff made by the community popping up as well. Right now we've got Akida, a small ship just hanging around. But for sale, if we had the money for it, which we don't, we've only got $300,000. We got a fat duck for 900,000. Well, you got a reactor, you got the multiple engines, you got some guns. Probably why. We got a mining station, which is apparently slightly used because it's got a lot of ruined equipment in there. And we've also got a new blank ship, which is very, very good, very spacious, very open plan. It just lacks a few things like, power, life support engines, stuff like that for $10,000. Or there is the starbase itself. Well, this is a starbase apparently called the Callisto, which is apparently for sale. I've never seen a starbase for sale. Slightly strange, that one. Though I don't think we can get fighters any other way. I've never used the fighters in this game. I don't know what they're about or how to build them. So, anyway, go back to the Procyon, our starting ship. Let's get ourselves started. The reactor needs fuel. And we use fuel loader, pump it into the reactor. Excuse me, I just had to clear my throat for a second there. Right, fuel loader. So, loaders can load and unload like gases and liquids from pipe systems in this game. In this case, I'm going to put in the fuel loader just over here. And then I want to connect the pipe network from that to my reactor. There's a fuel one, there's an oxygen one, and then there's general ones which can handle anything else, but you have to plug it into a line which has already got the given material selected for it. And that's how we can add and remove things from our individual machine lines and stuff like that. There we go. Would be nice if I could drop the walls as well to see past it, but as far as I know, there's no way to do that outside of being in the schematic mode. Yeah. Okay. Reactor. Now, breathable atmosphere. Yes, that would probably be a good idea. Install the air ducts somewhere near the reactor. Let's go ahead and do that. We want the air ducts. It is a little 2x2. I will go ahead and install that. I think I'll put it over here, actually. And put an oxygen loader next to it, that for oxygen loading. Pipe that in. There we go. And then it also will need a power supply. So we'll link it to the power grid for our existing reactor. So I'll make a start of it. Most excellent. I will also install a small tank, medium tank. Let's go with a... I think I might as well go as I mean to carry on, and I'll install a small tank just up here for the time being, which will also hold fuel. And then I'm actually going to run ahead of the tutorial and just plug in the engines real quick and easy. Cable it. There we go. Right, two factory fitted engines, not needed connected. I literally just did that. Power and fuel connected. Done. Give engines a small test flight. We will go ahead and throttle. Requires us to get to a certain speed. Notice we get a dodge chance based on how fast we're going, so that's how we can just avoid incoming stuff. I apologise if my voice is sounding a bit grating there. I've tried to clear my throat several times already. I don't know why I'm sounding quite like this, so I sound slightly off to myself. Maybe I do sound slightly off in the video. I won't know until I get to the editing stage. We'll have to see. 1 second, please. Drink. Need a drink. Give me a drink. Ah, there we go. Right. I think that's not done anything for me. Okay. Your crew will continue to operate the ship, running engines while I travel around. Tri-flames, I've got the system. I've got the system. I'm all good. Let's just go and stop, please. Thank you. Now the ship's up and running. We need to earn our way. Complete contracts with financial and reputation rewards. First one is a passenger transport, which we can do here. 22 cabin space free, $44,000 to do it. And we'll accept and sign. We'll also accept and sign the courier mission, which is a cargo delivery job. so we'll get that sorted out. And anything we order, like contracts and from trade, gets delivered by a small shuttle that docks on our ship, and then that is our access point there. For now, I'll pick up a drone bay, I'll pick up a couple of drones. There's only a small storage crate, I'll pick that up as well, just to help out. Notice, by the way, you don't have to wait. If the shuttle's still docked, and if you're in the trade screen, it actually stays docked until you confirm any trades. And we're just going to make sure that things are sorted out. The same with setting any contracts. If it's still docked, they're automatically in there and immediately get transferred in. Deliver the passengers destined without fast and light travel. Unfortunately, ship's not equipped. Oops, I should have done that while I was trading. Propulsion, give me, please, FTL drive, 150,000. It's a big honking piece of equipment. I'll also buy an extra FTL charge. Continue. And now it tells me about the trades. I've run slightly ahead again. But, well, I knew that was going to happen anyway because, as I said, I played a couple of hours on another save before restarting to start this recording over. Put my drone in there. I want my small storage crate to go. For now, it will live, I guess. I'll have it live there for the moment. And that's because a useful space saving tip on your starting ship is these crates store 4 times as much resources compared to floor tiles, but they only store one thing. You can actually set them to accept mission cargo. So right by the airlock is a great place just to stash some storage boxes for mission cargo, and then they just get stashed in there and immediately get unloaded straight into the docking port as soon as you need it. Now then, I have already got that. Install a FTL drive. I'll put that there. And it requires a power link, so I'll do that one there as well. Just like neaten up the cables. Notice it was slightly bugging out there because it thought I hadn't bought one. But then it realised and actually went ahead and got me that as we went. So now it tells us about storage. So we've got 2 storages here. Well, 3 if you count the little box there. You see it's got all our cargo in it. We've got a general cargo storage, which is the lowest priority. Then we've got specialised storages, which in this case is for equipment boxes. And then there is another storage, which is a variant of the equipment boxes, which can be tuned to different trade goods and things. In this case, it wants me to store some FTL charges near this, so that the crew don't have to go very far to find them. So there we go. So we've got one down there for fuel. We could do with a bit more fuel, if I'm going to be honest. Something big's flying past. Yep, something very big is flying past. Okay. A massive warship of some kind. Very peaceful, that. Yes, very peaceful. Just go ahead and connect some stuff up because I want to get the cables hooked up for the drone bay. Then I want storage for, at least right now, the logistics drones to be kind of near this. Because this is also how I can operate logistics drones and like salvage stuff in and around the place. It's just very good to have a logistics drone launcher, just one even. No, resume the tutorial, please. All passengers are set. I didn't realise there was a skip there, but we do have another passenger quest available, so I'll pick that up as well. Might as well. Just earn a bit more cash as we go. It's actually pretty easy to earn a steady flow of cash, though you do need a lot of money to actually buy stuff in this game as well, so that's why it's a good idea in general. But this is our map. It is randomly generated. We've only got the one sector here. These yellow ones are special chapter quests. We've got hostile. We've got a few places that have got mining and stuff. These dusty bits are actually nebulae, which can be harvested, but solar panels are weaker inside them. And as you can see, because I've got missions accepted, it's telling me I can go to these two places to deliver some of this stuff. So let's go ahead and select... Oh, it wants me to go to that one, but I've picked up one that goes with the delivery to the other place here. Let's actually prepare that jump. You can prepare to jump while a shuttle is still coming in and while it's still loading. You've just got to wait for the shuttle to finish its business before you jump out. Otherwise, you're going to leave stuff behind. Which is a slight problem, honestly. But such is the price of patience sometimes, because some missions are actually also very, very short time frame, like 300, 400 seconds just to make a rushed cargo delivery, that kind of thing. Now, press the jump. It's a very short hop. But here we are, and you can already see it's very dusty around here. Arrived destination. We now need to turn in the contract, which we can do through here, or if any active contracts that have a delivery in the sector you've arrived in also pop up here, and I can just tell that's turned in there as well. And that will summon the cargo delivery. By the way, crew space. I didn't show this on camera, but that ladder there provides access to the crew deck habitation. I do hope later we can customize inside that to fine-tune our ships into layouts. Here come the passengers now. But right now that's just like this superstructure on top of the ship here, 59 crew cabins, which also does crew space as well. Also notice there's sewage build-up here as well. That is a life support issue. But all crew and passengers steadily consume water and food supplies, and the habitation deck builds up waste products in the form of sewage. I think it gets bad if it gets too high. I'd be very surprised if it didn't, but you know, we can deal with that in a bit. I'm going to tell you you can unload some fuel now. I don't need that much in there, to be honest. It's just better to have that rather than just have an unloader. A loader just feeding into the reactor, because every time the loader runs out of fuel, it will just stop the reactor until it comes back in. So some kind of buffer is required. And we're going to hear something very big rumbling past out there as well. No, that's another Propion. Ah, it's this guy. A DRX Monaro. Okay. But yeah, we'll turn that in. I think I bugged it out slightly again, but that's okay. Ooh, you offer 54. I'll take you. And while we're at it, I'll also, I think, let's get some needed parts. Using the money we've just picked up. So, some of those. Yes, give me a battery, please. Can't afford the battery just yet. I would rather have the thrusters. And there you can see it's a warning of low food, 141 units of food left. That's okay. Now, what I've just ordered in though are manoeuvring thrusters. This is another essential piece of kit, at least getting 2 of them in. Because you need it for precise manoeuvring. It gives you direct thruster control in tactical. And in particular you need that for any mission that requires you to dock with another vessel. Usually it's like a rescue mission to rescue some standard crew or stuff like that, but, you know, it also greatly improves the maneuverability of your ship just in general, so it's a good thing to have. There we go. Massively improves turning time, though I think it does depend on where you position it related to the centre of mass of your ship as well. Now then, we've got that, we've got there's nothing else. Let's go ahead and press the right button, please. That one. Yep. Go over there. And notice we are aligning ourselves more rapidly than when we were just using our forward thrusters to control where we turn, which was a slight issue. Jump. And now I will go ahead and deliver 2 things in here. There's also a couple of cargo missions we can pick up at the same time, just for quick and easy cash. And I think I might have actually bugged out the fast and light thing by... yeah. I think I've bugged that out. Unless one of these ones finishes just by doing that. You can see people going back and forth, cargo's being brought in. Okay, right. Yeah, gonna have to skip. That's okay. The thing I was going to tell us, though, was that thing you popped up there, which was ratings. So, we've got different ranks which unlock different mission types based on how much we've done a given task type. In this case, moving passengers around the place is classed as humanitarian. Logistics is cargo stuff. Industry is manufacturing. You see, there's that cargo contract completing, which has given us some logistics. And then combat is, of course, combat stuff. There is some more stuff we want to get for that one. Though I'm also going to push ahead into some of the missions as well. So, incoming from Commander Harkin. Captain, Chief Security of the sector, I need your help. All across the sector there are people in trouble who need our assistance. And spread too thin, I can't be everywhere. You're more than capable. I'll be there to offer advice where I can. If you choose to help, mark locations on your map as gold highlights. Thank you, Captain. Okay, so Commander Hall, she has given us access to another tutorial stage, which is, in fact, as I snag another passenger shipment, thank you, what she's given us access to is also the tutorial for what I just mentioned with the ship thrusters, which is docking and salvaging, because you also need a drone bay to start doing her missions too. And then she'll also graduate us towards combat, which, speaking of, I've got 84,000. I will buy a pair of Gatling guns and some munitions for them. Gatling guns are automated point defense guns, by the way, in this. So they are very much my defensive option versus any kind of impacting coming on. By which I mean not just incoming hostile fire, but also things like meteor storms are an environmental hazard you've got to be aware of, and stuff like that. So, that is something else that happens around the place. Oh, look at that. Both transport passengers are going to the same place. Very tasty. Though I should probably try and pick up some food next chance I get. Oh, there is an option to rescue some civilians. Damage, it says hurry on these, but you can actually wait a little bit. Payment though, 90,000 because there's an extra jump step involved. I'll accept that one. No immediate requirement to pick stuff up, I just have to go there and actually get them. Though even the rescue missions which say, please hurry, the engines are about to overload, the engines don't start overloading until you actually fly into the mission zone itself. So it's the most chill of the hurry up missions. Though I also need to get some food and water. Get those. How am I doing for FTL fuel? I've got 2 left on board. Buy some more of that. Oh, can't afford. Okay. I'm just lucky that I don't have to pay my crew. Honestly. And then there's that. Okay, we're sorted. We're sorted. Actually, I didn't check for any more contracts. There is another cargo contract. And actually, while I'm here, I should go into the editor. I can edit my ship hull. I can draw and erase different things to reshape this as I like. This is just the base thing. But I think the earliest and cheapest thing you can do to increase money making potential in this game is actually just expand the habitation deck, honestly. Bigger habitation deck means you can carry more passengers around. I say cheap, but it does cost a bit to do it, honestly. I'm used to having more money available in this. Let's... If I take that one out... No? Oh, wait, no. Yes. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Also, the beeping means... Yeah, we've got a timed one here. Show me where. There. Prepare. Anything else I can do with the habitation? I can go ahead and do that. Okay, I can actually... oh, I can't quite do that. Okay, sure. Yes, I know. I just accepted that while I've got this waiting. Though I've also got a fatal CO2 warning, and that's because my people on board are breathing my atmosphere, and we're starting to get some dangerous concentrations of CO2 building up, so perfect time to accept more passengers, isn't it? Don't worry, we'll be fine. I'll say we'll be fine, we probably won't be. I just need to get something on board to deal with that sooner rather than later. Turn that in. Prepare to go to here, which will then immediately do something about the CO2 warning. Though I'm kind of assuming that I want to get that done before something happens. 10,000 for the CO2 scrubber. So as soon as this mission cashes in, I'll be able to do that. Give me money, please. Never mind. Jump. I didn't even accept any contracts back there because I was just so focused on the CO2 problem. Mind you, pure oxygen is also bad. It's we breathe a primarily nitrogen-based atmosphere after all. Turn in. Deliver, yes. Turn that on as well. Very good. And I will tell you to give me, please, a CO2 scrubber. You've only got one medium tank? Okay, sure, fine. But also give me some more oxygen as well. There we go. And the flock stampedes out of my stricken ship. Yes, there we go. I will install you here. Medium tank next to you there. And a pipe right there, cable right there. And that will start scrubbing the atmosphere as soon as it charges up and gets going. And that will start dealing with our problem. 20% CO2, yeah, that's pretty bad for normal human life. But that is now starting to tick back downwards again. And it's just being jammed into that tank for the moment. In other news, we've got $122,000. Most excellent. That is going just fine. A couple of courier missions, please. Yes. Another group of passengers. And this is honestly just a good way to go ahead and do it. Spinning out of control, that's a tricky one to deal with. Hostiles, I'm not currently able to deal with that. That's all fine. Let's go ahead and pop over to here. And yeah, this is just going to be getting our seeds cash sorted out. So, now that I've shown you kind of what I'm doing for the immediate future, I'll bring you back in as soon as I get some more missions done and I hit about 500,000. Because, you know, that's a decent amount. It's there's some expensive pieces of equipment that are going to blow that out of the water, but, you know. Yeah, see you in a moment. Welcome aboard. Don't worry, there's no carbon dioxide in this atmosphere. Breathing is guaranteed. Oh, damn it, that's another game I want to revisit. Oxygen not included. Yeah, you guys are paying extra for oxygen, by the way. Okay, I just saw you back in here. I'm not at 500,000. I'm 2,700. So, you know, as you do, I'm still rocketing around here, there, and everywhere. But I brought you back in because I'm so low, because I've been buying extra bits of equipment. In particular, I've got all the parts I need to sort out my onboard atmospherics and stuff like that. So, let us go ahead and get this sorted out. We're building up CO2 in storage, but I now have access to an air reprocessor, which I can go ahead and feed through there. The oxygen system has been running purely on a loader for the time being, so I'll do what should be done, and I'll get a storage tank involved as well. Remember that whole buffer thing? So, that's now working. That's now working there. And then connect that into the existing loader system. And then, of course, just have to provide power to it. And now we have got ourselves a mostly sustainable oxygen system. It's certainly a lot better than it was before. And I don't know if there's any reason to hang on to the CO2, honestly. It's just that's there so that periods while we've got a lot of crew, a lot of passengers on board, we can fill that tank. This will steadily chew through it, and then add it into our existing oxygen reserve, which is now all going to be stored in here. That loader is just going to take it out of the storage and sort it out that way. The other bit I have sorted out is I have also got access to the waste water treatment systems, but I've also picked up something else, which is hyperspace scoop. This was available in the old demo, but we can use a scoop while in FTL travel to pick up hyperspace isotopes. And that is then an industrial resource which we can sell off very cheaply, unfortunately. Or we can actually use that to help to produce some of our own fuel, as in fuel for the hyperdrive. And so that is a very worthwhile endeavour, getting independence from the requirement to actually go ahead and, you know, keep buying hyperspace fuel time after time after time. We can make our own. Problem is, though, it also requires some fairly valuable minerals as well, which aren't normally on sale. At least I don't see them on sale very often. Something else worth noting is we do have a slight power situation dawning too. I am going to... I guess this is going to be the life support area. Let's take away that storage section there. I'll tell you to put space suits, I guess, down here. That'll do. But yeah, notice while in FTL, power is a slight issue. I do have a battery to help out with that. Let's also put a storage for the FTL charges down there rather than up there. It's just through a door, it's still very close by, it's fine. And let's start actually plumbing in for dealing with our sewage situation, which is... well, we've got 2,000 units of sewage right now in the habitation deck. Just doing wonderful things up there for the health and hygiene of all our passengers and crew, so, you know, might as well do something about it. So, I think same kind of approach here. We're going to install a buffer storage tank. Oh, I never actually bought a... Really? I never bought that. A sewage pipe. There it is. It's that's very cheap. It's 1,000. Only thing worth noting is it has to be underneath the habitation deck's superstructure. Otherwise, it can't connect. It's the same with the ladder for physical access for passengers and crew. That has to be underneath the superstructure on the upper deck to actually connect properly. That's all good. We're all good. We're all good. I have got one more delivery, and then notice I've got three groups patiently waiting for rescue. Also notice I've installed a larger cargo storage here to handle that, and that's doing just fine. The sewage reprocessing system is also where we deal with water as well. Have we got the waste pipe now? We have got... There it is, the sewage pipe. This is actually a 1x1, and I'm going to install it. There's a convenient little gap here, so I'll install it on this side over there. I'll install a basic loader down here. And that is because I am going to install an additional medium tank down this way, followed by a water treatment. Excuse me. Wow, wow. Anytime I'm not at work for a day, my voice just tends to go sideways. Don't know why. Anyway, this is going to be my water processor, which will sort all the water out. I'm kind of tempted to move that ladder, to be honest with you. Just for automation. In fact, yeah, I think I will. Okay, anyway. That is not connected. Yeah, because it's not underneath the superstructure. Right. There we go. That's now filling the sewage. Except it's got nowhere to go, so it's not doing anything at the moment. Connections. Pipes. This is going to be a straight link there. That's going to be a straight link. That is... Okay. Just double checking there. This is something that's more recent updates I'm aware of. The ability to have pipes go past each other. You didn't used to be able to do that. Okay. And that's a slight problem. I shouldn't have connected those up. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We can just scrap that out. And it's because I was pulling it past the existing system. It'll get rid of that CO2, but I'm not too bothered about that. At least I think it gets rid of it. I didn't see it blip up into the atmosphere at all, so... Yeah, I was kind of asking for a bit of trouble by trying to plumb everything together like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump to our next destination. Get that while I'm trying to sort all this out. Thank you. There's a couple more cargo jobs. There is some... Ooh, an 82,000. Yes, please. Also turning that contract there. And let's get back on with it. Pipes. So, this is now connected for raw sewage. I think I'm at the point where I also want flat out an extra generator. Though I also did pick up a battery as well, which I need to install too. So let's go ahead and install a battery into this section here. And then that'll help deal with the power drain while the FTL drive is running. Anyway, I want to install... I want to install the small storage crates. Wait, no, I only need one of them. I know what I'm doing. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Give me a second to... Yeah. I know what I'm trying to do, I should probably say. Okay, I finally figured out what I was trying to do. It only took me a little bit. So, I was trying to jam into this area here. The overall, like... I didn't know how to confirm. Yeah, I was trying to jam into here an automated hydroponics. Yeah, I didn't have to do the automation step, but one of the more recent inclusions with the industrialization is some factory elements here. In this case, I've got short robot arms, which grab from one and then place on the opposite side of it. And these can go to and from like conveyor tracks or storages, or just onto the to and from the floor. In this case, I'm rigging them up to allow these things to cycle around and deal with the food production automatically. So this is going to be an automatic setup just going on. So this will be a place where I need to stash some compost over there, which the reason I was trying to jam it in here is because the water treatment machine produces compost by itself slowly but surely. But for the time being, that's going to be a thing. This one is going to house seeds. There is a smart arm, by the way, which is a range 2 version, but it doesn't actually require a filter on it, because it will only take out and place, I believe, into one of these things if it's set the same way. So I think that's the filter. If it's not, we're going to find out real quick, though. and then store food in that one. That's all good. Just need to get the cables installed in place for this. There we go, and then straight through there. Yes. And then we did also pick up an additional reactor, which I kind of want to put over here, to be honest with you. But no, for now, I will go ahead and I'll plumb that in, just taking advantage of some convenient space over here. I've not mentioned it so far in this run, but I can just dismantle things. It automatically packs back up again. And I think that should be good to go. Oh wait, no, yeah, I forgot to provide water. Of course, that's why it's not working. There we go. Provide it with some water. Now we should see this thing start to try and work, at the very least. Come on, come on. I've given you the things. You're meant to be working. Okay, so they manually put in the compost. Oh, the compost just wasn't quite ready yet, that was why. I will trade for an additional bit of compost just in case. And then, that should work just fine now that I make sure I've got a bit of compost in stock. And this will be a steady food source, which will also be running off my water supply as well. And the water supply, of course, is being reprocessed thanks to the connection down from the crew deck. In the meantime, though, I should probably start making good on my promises and go and rescue civilians. I've got 6 rescue missions queued up now. Probably not the best of things to be doing. Let's see, give me some FTL charges as well, please. And then we should probably go and do that. There's one here which has got 2... Actually, get rid of my passengers first to free up deck space. Because remember that to pick up people, I have to have cabin space, and I'm actually kind of low. Am I currently in a shipyard sector? I am not. Yes, so I do need to do that. Jump. Off we go. So, do not worry, citizens of space. I am here to rescue you as soon as it's convenient for me to do so. And you see, this will just take its time. It'll produce seeds and food, which is why there's another arm going that way as well. And then that should be good to keep on cycling. So, turn that in. Get rid of some people. Any contracts I want to snag, I will only snag a cargo job, please. I'm not going to do anything else. And then I will prepare to go to you. Because you've got 2 there. Actually, I should double check. Are there any that are due to blow up? They've been very patient waiting for me here. No, no. This one's moving, $146,000. This one is moving, this one's moving. Okay, none of them are actually due to blow up, that's good. Though they're all like 37 to 40 people. Why have I got 46 people in my crew deck? Oh, because I've got another in progress transport passengers. Let's adjust our course slightly. Pick up a single one, which should be fine. Now, because this is my first time encountering this is a tutorial bit for it. Take up my habitation. Learn how to dock. Get started, switch tactical, go in there. Use main engines to get close to the stranded ship, which is over here. Yep, so it's nearby. And then, because I've got maneuver thrusters installed, I've got an extra control down here called maneuvering. Not battle stations, that's because I've got guns on. Which, by the way, you have to press to activate defensive guns and stuff as well. If you're not in battle stations, your point defense guns aren't active. But yeah, main engines get close to the stricken ship. There's a speed thing. And then I just have to maneuver to line up the docking points, which are, in this case, just those 2 over there. Maneuvering. Slow down. No, stop. I said maneuvering. Thank you. Right, I misclicked. And now I have direct control of my thrusters, and this is where those are required because I have to position myself to line up the guidance points on my docking bays. Which reminds me, I think I picked up another docking bay. I normally do for this ship. They go park there, not the best match, but it's enough for the thing to extend. Connects, and we start getting the crew out of here. Oh, this ship's core is exploding. Yeah. Well, good thing I came to this one first then, I suppose. Although it also means I have to undock and then get clear. Yeah. And that is because in 3 minutes that ship is going to actually blow up, which I actually do want to linger around for. So, I'm at a safe distance, I'll turn my ship around, and then I need to double check. Did I pick up another docking port? I did. Okay. So I like to just have them on both sides of the ship, just so that the ship can easily dock either way. So that just helps out in general, honestly. Now we are also low on food, but that said, as you can see, the hydroponics is currently cycling. So we've got some food coming out of that. Very good. Now I just have to accelerate and wait for the explosion. Now, the explosion itself isn't anything spectacular. That's not why I'm waiting for it. Though, if I'd been nearby, you can see what would have happened. But also notice something just launched from my ship. It's that drone bay I mentioned. Now, if a rescue ship you go to is actually going to blow itself up, any ship that blows up will leave a field of scrap debris around behind it, which you could then salvage, and it's free money basically. It will despawn after a little bit, so you do need to go in and grab it rather than jumping out straight away. But I can get this scrap and I can reprocess it into metal ingots. I can just sell it as is. It's just free resource, honestly. Though if I go to a place with an existing derelict, or if I kill an opposing ship, there's also a chance for me to get like actual modules and things out of it. I think passenger ship detonations, though, is purely scrap. But yeah, notice there, launches from that slot, anything coming in from that slot. It does stack up metal ingots or anything else that's just stackable. But to load different things or to retrieve a drone, that port has to be empty. And so that's something to be aware of as we move to and fro. I am going to go to the passenger drop point just to clear my cabin space, and then we're going to go ahead and rescue some more people. There we go. We're slowly building up hyperspace isotopes. Not a massive degree, but that's okay. And this place is currently growing, I believe. Oh no, we're out of seeds. No, we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. But yeah, any rescued ship crews, we can just hand them over wherever, honestly. Just go to any settled area, and then you can offload rescuees just there. But that's all we good. I'm going to go ahead and buy a bit more seeds just in case that's what's required, because I want to keep that thing ticking over. Okay, so it was just kind of out. Right. Interesting, that. So maybe the automation just doesn't work very well in terms of seeds. Because a single seed is meant to, as you can see, get the entire thing going. Oh well. Right, sector map. This one is going to be slightly dicier, which is a double. So also the fact is now clears I'm out of food. Resources, I should deal with that. Yeah, give me a 20,000 shopping order, and then off we go. Ooh, actually, I can get some science stuff. Right. So this is something else that's come in. Not sure when it came in, but 260, I can just afford it. There is a science and research thing, which I didn't know about or hadn't looked at when I did that aborted attempt to record this, but it's part of this particular game mode, Andromeda. We can unlock the different materials for the Andromeda pattern, which is the big Stargate project. We also do things like unlock the blueprints to craft different things, in which case I'm looking in the wrong area. The various storages and loaders, bigger storage tanks, stuff like that. Unlock the different automation arms. We can also go unlock upgrades in case of efficiency for smelters and reactors and things. This way it was the recycling systems get more effective, so therefore we get more resource out of them. Their efficiency increases. But particular note, drone speed increase and drone intelligence. Drones can stay out there and actually grab a whole stack of stuff instead of coming back with individual items every time, which makes them far more efficient. And there's also things like increasing the swing speed of robot arms and also increasing the travel speed of resource conveyor tracks and stuff like that. Also one down here, mining lasers get twice as many minerals for each shot they make, so they just mine more, double the efficiency. Stuff like that. So there are things to do here, so we'll begin the research. Now, how this works is we've got RP and CP. RP is basic research points. We can passively generate those over time just by flying around and doing stuff. But to really get much of them, we need a researcher and a research station to sort it out. We also need the station to find out complete research. But we also need computation, which is... actually, I think it's one of these two we get in general. I think it is research points flat out. Computation points requires a computer to crunch the data and all that stuff. And I just spent 260,000 credits just on getting that stuff ready. So I'll go ahead and jump. And then I can install this stuff and actually start doing research to get better stuff for all my craft in this particular game. So, well worth doing. Okay, so this one, we are here. We've got 2 stranded ships. Neither of which seem to be actually at risk of exploding. So, we're not under any kind of time crunch here. We can just go ahead and get our ship sorted out and ready. We just have to get the science started up. So, supercomputer. I might as well just install it. I'll install it all down here. I'll get the supercomputer installed there. We'll get the science station installed here. And then we'll cable that straight into the main power grid, since it's all running off the same grid there. And that should be good. And we are... I think you're moving, aren't you? Yes, you are moving. Okay. That's okay, but it also means that this is also the more valuable one, because, of course, we've got to try and match it. Though the other one I mentioned is a bit of a problem is when the ship is spinning, which means it's actually rotating, and you've got to try and line up the docking doing that, which is not exactly great. Okay, so I just have to match... I don't have to exactly match the speed on my throttle, though throttle plays a big part in it. We are slightly slower, because the thrusters can actually be used to compensate. We just have to line it up long enough for the docking to take place, and then that's all we need. So just keep using thrusters to match it. There we go. And then we get that sorted. Our single scientist, though, is quite happily researching next to the hydroponics bay, so he's quite content there. Undock you. You're good. And over here. Worth noting, by the way, these ships aren't available for general salvage. As far as I'm aware, they don't blow up at least and scatter debris everywhere. If I could get cannons and actually break them up, I don't know, because I've not actually tried that. Might be worth trying that, because any extra loot is improving my yield. It might not improve my efficiency over time though, because I have to take the time to do it, but getting some firepower is recommended. Though I'm definitely not in combat shape just yet. Park there, please. Just have to try and get this lined up. But yeah, now that I think I've shown you a couple of bits, and I've shown you some upgrades going into my system. So I'm once again going to skip ahead ever so slightly until we get on to getting a bit of work going. Probably one of the more needed upgrades is just spend $500 to recruit crew, honestly. I've just increased my crew from 5 to 10 just to, you know, get that sorted out. And as you can see, I've also accepted some passengers, I've sent some cargo, and we are good to go. So go ahead and jump. And burn through our FTL charges again. I'll also install another large box there, just because I find any kind of cargo requirement in general. Oh. Fuel. Let's start loading fuel, please. Okay, so that actually depleted for once. It's been running. I've been running the entire time of basically a tank of fuel. So yeah, I was expecting that. I forgot I was actually not actively keeping that loaded. Oh well, that's fine. You have that. Just go and do that. So there are a few little bits here, and I've had a slight rethink. I think for episode consistency, I should do the mission chains in a single episode, because we're basically at an episode point here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 2 more Gatlings and some more bullets. There we go, bunch of extra things. Anything else I want to take out here? Not especially. I mean, there is a 50,000 passenger transport, but you see what I mean, though. Money is easy come, easy go when you're dealing with a single ship, effectively, in this. So let's see, I want to install Gatling there, and a Gatling there. This is also in preparation for doing the responding to the commander's request for help, honestly. Because, well, if I go into a active combat zone, I want to have more guns defending my ship overall, if possible. It's all good? It's all good? Yes, all good. Got deliveries and rescues. So I've also got the transport passengers. And the other thing is, why I need money is, well, honestly, right now my ship is mostly exposed hull. And so big impacts on hull actually damages stuff inside. And if that damage hits like an area with stuff stored in it, with like storage tanks and things, it means that there's a rupture, and whatever liquid or gas is in there gets pretty badly. Did I do a pipe connection? I did do a pipe connection, didn't I? And whatever liquid or gas will actually leak out and be lost. So you want to actually have ship armor installed above those areas just to take the hit, really. Now the problem is, well, most of the ship is vulnerable, but you can also get hold and lose your internal atmosphere as well. But to actually go ahead and armor is 375,000. So as you can see, it's really expensive to do that, even on a ship that's this small, because it's not actually a massive ship, this. Nor have I kind of specialised it yet. That's something I'm hoping to do in the coming episodes as well. It's just like, gets parts of the ship a bit more specialised. Like, I think this is going to be my mining and industry bit over here. This is already my hydroponics, this is my life support. I think I'll turn this into like a fueling system over here. You know, just like, I tend to I think it's a symptom of when I was last playing the demo that I try to make a self-reliant ship as best as possible rather than a specialized ship. But the game does allow you to do both, because you can cross-load supplies to and from other ships. Just give 10 FTL fuel because I will use it all. That's all fine. That is, for the most part, grown, I think. Fine for water. We are doing okay for oxygen. Don't really have any backups in the sewage processing system at all, so I could probably have done without those, but that one in the middle I could have done without at the very least, but I'm going to do okay. I've also not invested in any solar yet as an alternate power source, just because I've been running on simply reactors for the time being. And that's also okay. Also, I didn't check for... Yes, I did. Okay. But yeah, I think that's going to call the episode there. I'm going to get some more credits so we can armor up now that we've actually got 4 Gatling guns for defense. And yeah, next time, if the recording's actually been okay this time around, we'll actually get started on some of the story missions sections. In particular, I'm going to be following... well, Trouble Until this is actually a side thing rather than the main thing. I'm going to be following Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, which is the... it teaches about salvage, but it also teaches about combat, which is why I want to get armoured first. I might buy some more modules and things off screen as well once I know this recording's okay, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So, until next time, this has been Armour3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. 100,000 right there, yes please. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps the channel, give me those virtual headbats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. And again, because this is a bit more of a sandboxy style game, if there's anything you want to see, or if you want to see me try and do with this ship, please feel free to let me know. Because, full disclosure, I do plan to actually use the robot arms and tracks to kind of automate the industrial harvesting section of the ship over in this side here. Or I might just turn the whole nose into an industrial section. I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you all later. I guess I should actually go and rescue some people again. I've told them I'm going to go and rescue them. So I should probably do that.